Hello, today I'll be reciting an 1882 song by Gilbert and Sullivan called the Lord Chancellor's Nightmare Song. It's a good song because it's got good words. Alright. When you're lying awake with a dismal headache and repose is tabooed by anxiety, I conceive you may use any language you choose and indulge in without impropriety. For your brain is on fire, the bedclothes conspire of usual slumber to plunder you. First your counterpane goes and uncovers your toes, and your sheet slips demurely from under you. And your blanketing tickles, you feel like mixed pickles so terribly sharp as a pricking. You're hot and you're crossed, you tumble and toss, till there's nothing twixt you and the ticking. And the bedclothes all creep to the ground in a heap, and you pick 'em all up in a tangle. Next your pillow resigns and politely declines to remain at its usual angle. Well, you get some repose in the form of a doze with hot eyeballs and head ever aching. But your slumbering teems with such horrible dreams, and you'd very much better be waking. For you dream you are crossing the channel and tossing about in a steamer from Harwich, which is something between a large bathing machine and a very small second-class carriage. You're given a treat, penny ice and cold meat, to a party of friends and relations. They're a ravenous horde, and they all come aboard at Sloane South Square in Kensington Station. And bored on that journey, you find your attorney who started this morning from Devon. He's a bit undersized, and you don't feel surprised when he tells you he's only 11. When you're driving like mad with the singular lad and by the ship now a four-wheeler, you're playing round games and he calls you bad names when you tell him that tie pays a dealer. And then you can't stand, so you throw up your hands, and you find you're as cold as an icicle. And your shirt and your socks, the black silk with gold clocks, crossing Salisbury Plain on a bicycle. And he and his crew are on bicycles too, which they've somehow or other invested in. And you're telling the tars all the peculiars of a company that he's interested in. It's a scheme of devices to get at low prices, all good from cough drops and cables, which tickled the sailors, by tricking retailers as though they were vegetables. You get a good spadesman to plant a small tradesman, first take off his boots with a boot tree. His legs will take root and his fingers will shoot, and they'll blossom and bud like a fruit tree. From the greengrocer tree you get grapes and green pea, cauliflower, pineapple, and cranberries, while the pastry cook plant cherry brandy will grant, apple puffs, 3 corners, and branberries. The shares are a penny, and ever so many are taken by Rothschild and Baring. And just a few are allotted to you, and you awake with a shuddering despairing. You're a regular wreck with a crick in your neck, and no wonder you snore when your head's on the floor, and you've needles and pins from your soles to your shins, and your flesh is a creep, and your left leg's asleep, and you cram in your toes, and the flies on your nose, and you fluff in your lung, and a feverish tongue, and the thirst is intense, and a general sense that you haven't been sleeping in clover, and the darkness has passed, and it's daylight at last. And the night has been long, ditto ditto my song. Thank goodness both of them are over.